This is Vigilante, and my name's James Farley, the Vigilante. Sarah Palin. I was hoping to be done with her with my first 3 videos about her, but that was just based on what I kind of knew at the time and her background and things like that. But since then, the campaign goes on and she keeps talking, and her campaign keeps talking, and more stuff keeps coming out that just makes you scratch your head and go, what the fuck? First off, she is touted by the campaign and McCain personally as probably the most knowledgeable person about energy. Wow, she's the most knowledgeable person about energy. Forget the DOE, the Department of Energy, and all those people. Forget all the professors of engineering and all those. Those guys don't know more about energy. She is the expert on energy. Yet, she doesn't have a clue how much energy her own state is producing. At first she says it's 20% of all domestic energy production. Now it's about 3.5% of all domestic energy production. And then she said, oh, I meant it's about 20% of oil, domestic oil and natural gas production. Now it's about 7.5% of all domestic oil and gas production. So then she says, I was just meaning domestic oil production, about 20%. Well, it's actually around 17%. But, you know, when you say about, I guess you got a lot of wiggle room there. So about 20%, okay, that flies. So if she is what the Republicans consider probably the most knowledgeable person about energy, we're in big trouble. Big trouble. Especially if they get in. Because I'm sure that the Democrats could probably find somebody just a little bit more knowledgeable than she is. Also, this whole thing where she has no foreign policy experience, no policy experience outside of her country or her state. She just got a passport last year, and she's trying to do 2 things: pump up her foreign policy experience. Well, unfortunately, she's deluded herself or lying about it. She said that she's been to Iraq. She's been to Ireland. Okay, well, has she been to Iraq? Well, she went to Kuwait. Kind of close, in the Middle East, I guess, in her mind, close enough. Because she was never in Iraq. Then she started backpedaling a little bit. Okay, I wasn't in Iraq, but I was in Kuwait, and I went to a border crossing, and I jumped over for a minute into Iraq. So they talked to the Alaska National Guard that was there, that they were seeing, said, did she go into Iraq? No, she was miles away from Iraq. She never went into Iraq. So her, this is just more of the kind of ideological fantasy world bullshit that she lives in. That she's, inventing all sorts of experience for herself, including the Ireland trip. Yeah, she was in Ireland. Okay, she was more in Ireland than she was in Iraq, for sure, because she stopped in an airport, refueled, and continued on her way. Didn't get out of the airplane. Okay, she was in Ireland. By that count, I've been to Japan 3 times. I've been to Taipei 3 times. I've been to China once. I've been to all sorts of countries that I never thought I went to, if you count stopovers for refueling. And now her husband is being subpoenaed to tell them what they know about this whole Troopergate scandal that she's involved in. Of course, he's trying to refuse, getting the lawyers out there, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't accept your validity of your subpoena or some bullshit like that. Well, if they're so open and honest and reformers, why is he so afraid to testify under oath? I'm feeling that she's already starting to act like Cheney before she even gets elected president or vice president, and that's got me worried. We don't need another Cheney. We don't need some other super secret. Everything I do, everything I say on the people's behalf supposedly is all secret and you can't know about it. That's bullshit. This is a democracy. I want to know what these guys are doing on my behalf. Because if they're not telling me what they're doing on my behalf, I'm getting a little bit of a feeling it ain't on my behalf. It's on their behalf. It's on their political party's behalf. It's on their personal pocketbook's behalf. It's on their friends' behalf. It ain't on my behalf if they're not telling me what they're doing. So, as vigilantes, I want you to hold your representatives' feet to the fire, or people that want to have your votes feet to the fire, when they make all these outlandish claims and try to pump up their experience and their kind of bullshit PR machine that's saying that they got experience and that they don't need to tell you that and they don't need to talk about that and you need to just believe what they say about the bridge to nowhere, don't listen to other people. That is bullshit. This is America. We have to hold our government much more accountable. And we cannot do that unless we understand what they're doing and they're willing to tell us. If they want to be some sort of secret, Communist Party apparati kind of situation, that is not for America. We got to say no to the secret meetings, no to the completely secret agendas that they have, and they're feeling that they are way above the law, that they don't need to tell us what's going on and what they're doing, because it's just not in our interest. Well, I have a feeling it's not in their interest to tell us, not in our interest. So, Vigilante Center signing out.